What's going on, Reject Nation? We are going to watch today The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Very excited to check this out. Marvel! If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell, and also go ahead and hit that like button. It helps get this video seen. We also did an interview with Carrie Scogland that you guys can go ahead and check out. I think I enjoyed it more than anyone else in that room. And of course, do gotta mention, you guys probably heard me make this spiel before. This is reaction highlights. Obviously can't show the whole show. Full-length reaction watch-alongs we sync with a time code or over at our Patreon. Major thanks to everyone who has shown their support by following us over there. We cover so many shows. We're at the same tier. You get the option for highlights and watch-along included. Lastly, gotta thank Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing this for us. You're a good dude, a sexy dude. I wanna smack that ass. All right, guys, let's go. Forgot to mention this in the intro originally, without giving like a whole big spiel about it. Just wanted to give you a heads up that yes, this one is going up on Friday, and like all the WandaVisions went up on Friday as well. Moving forward, they'll probably be going up on Saturday morning, so you'll have to wait just a day longer. But you know, watch everyone else's and then come back to ours on Saturday mornings, and then we'll do our best to get the finale up on Friday. Hope you guys understand, but don't worry, the reactions will still be delivered to you guys in probably a more quality manner with this scheduling. Thank you. I wonder if he has to like turn it in.
Oh god, that would be painful almost.
It isn't.
He's gonna have to learn to feel like he's earned it, that he deserves it.
Mazan's plane has already entered Tunisian airspace. And Sam, this has to be subtle.
Subtle. Got it.
We'll see about that.
Got eyes on a plane.
Yo, you're way too comfortable doing that.
Oh no. Oh no! No!
Louis, c'est moi qui tuerai.
It's too much Twilight Zone for you. Oh!
Sweet diggity. Uh-oh. Oh!
Bad.
That felt realistic.
Yeah.
Damn. That's badass.
Let's get you out of here.
Yeah, no, I think that's the dude who was doing all the kickity kicks with it.
Yeah.
The beginning of the movie.
boat heist?
Yeah.
Oh. Ow.
Oh, here we go. Wow. Real stumbling. Here we go. Whoa! This is crazy. Yo!
God, the use of POVs, man.
Woo-wee! Oh my god. Oh my god. He's just one man. One Falcon. Yo!
So
Red
cool.
Wing!
Oh, dude.
A full-on action show.
If we get to the border, he's not gonna follow.
What's up?
To get to the border, he's not gonna follow?
Because of jurisdiction or something?
So he's playing into, oh, he might. Okay. I feel like that's a clue to plot development. Can you believe this is the day after everyone came back from the snap?
Everyone's right back to work.
Whoa!
Jeez, man.
Yo! Whoa! Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh! Oh! Yeah. I hope that guy doesn't die.
Oh, bam, right there.
Call themselves the Flag Smashers.
Flag smashers.
Flag smashers.
Basically, they think that the world was better during the blip. Trust me, it wasn't.
If anything gets serious, you let me know.
I do gotta ask you though, because like online, there's just been a lot of crazy conspiracy theories. Some people they think that he's in the secret base on the moon, looking down over. So are you off to?
Washington.
What are you doing there?
Moon stuff.
Hey.
Steve represented the best in all of us. Courageous, righteous, and he mastered posing stoically.
Yo! Yo!
Man.
Symbols are nothing without the women and men that give them meaning. And this thing, I don't know if there's ever been a greater symbol, but it's more about the man who propped it up. And he's gone. Thank you, Captain America. But this belongs to you.
What? Oh, he's like volunteered it over.
He's gonna have to steal it back.
You're gonna
out
have
of
to
that
steal
case.
it back at some point, man.
There's gonna be a
Yeah.
cool heist sequence where you have to steal your own shield back.
I thought that scene with
Oh.
Never mind. Thought will be held. Yo, he's
who's
back
here.
here. Full on Winter Soldier outfit.
Yeah. Hail Hydra.
Wow, he really was that ruthless.
So, Mr. Barnes, are you still having nightmares? James, I asked you a question. Are you still having nightmares?
Oh, come on, really? You're gonna do the notebook thing? Why? Passive aggressive.
You don't talk, I write.
I crossed the name off the list of my amends yesterday. Senator Atwood. She was a Hydra pawn for years.
So, rule number 1, you can't do anything illegal.
Tomorrow never dies.
Yeah.
What was rule number 2?
Nobody gets hurt. It's a big one.
Then why isn't it rule number 1?
Oh.
And what about rule number 3?
Oh, he's so bad.
I completed rule number 3. I am no longer the Winter Soldier. I am James Bucky Barnes, and you're part of my efforts to make amends.
Didn't help with the nightmares.
Well, like I said, I didn't have any.
I think I saw Zemo's name on the list.
You're going to have to open up and understand that some people really do want to help you and that they can be trusted.
I trust people.
Like Sam.
I had a little calm in Wakanda. And other than that, I just went from one fight to another for 90 years.
So, now that you've stopped fighting, what do you want?
To get back to fighting.
You got your mind back? You are being pardoned? I mean, these are good things. You're free.
To do what?
Be a Lyft driver.
Yeah, you know,
You're
we're
good with cars.
You guys didn't order the usual, huh? Feeling like more adventurous?
You should ask her out.
No, she's Mephisto. You don't want to do that.
no.
I'm really sorry about him.
Why are you sorry? I'm game.
Oh.
I have a shift, but if you want to come back here, I should be done around 10.
She a spy.
Oh yeah.
She is Sharon Carter.
私の息子、あれ、
He was killed. The police said, wrong place, wrong time, but I will never know what really happened to him.
Oh. The guy he shot earlier?
Oh God, I hope not.
Uncle Sam!
What's up?
That's right. Uncle
What's
Sam.
more American than Uncle Sam?
Gotta marvel at it.
Marvel!
Every day I'm making 5 and spending 10.
So why won't you let me help?
No, don't start with that. You're out there. I do things my way here.
You should have sold the shield.
You could have 100 bucks.
I'll set the appointment. I won't let you down. We can turn this shit around.
To the rescue, huh?
Always. Well, let's get some dinner. I'm hungry.
Let's eat some shrimp. Have you had any shrimp today?
How about a red snapper? Some tilapia.
I hope you do not have a PTSD freak out in the middle of your date.
Nah, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he'll just might shoot her once.
Yeah, I have a reflex and pin her down or something. But it'll be okay. Crush her skull.
Let's play a game.
Yeah.
You like games?
Love them.
Keep a couple games around for boring shifts. We'll grab a couple beers.
This one's war related.
What are you doing?
I'm reading your mind.
Please don't.
Is this an honor, Professor X?
Oh no! She's an X-Man!
I think it's really sweet you're spending time with Yori.
No, there's no word for someone whose kids die.
Excuse me.
You good?
I'm just gonna leave and not come back.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, it is him, yeah.
God, I owed you for lunch.
I don't think you need to tell him. I mean, he deserves to know what happened to his son, but same time, you know.
You could just explain the circumstances and not the part where it was you.
Yeah, that went down well with Tony.
Yeah.
Was jetzt? Was sollen wir machen?
Oh, is the actual Flag Smasher group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Except the homeboy infiltrated this pretty easily. Yo.
Dang.
Yo!
No.
So I don't know how jurisdiction works here, but I don't have to place you under arrest.
Who is this? Ooh! Ooh! Oh, hell no, 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 no. I mean, I thought he might die, but not like this.
Oh, it's brutal.
You know, I never see these characters in these superhero properties get loans.
It's relatable.
Know you from somewhere?
I don't know, do you?
Dude. I know it, Falcon. I always wanted to be an Avenger.
Oh, man. It's a dream come true, you know?
Getting a loan!
And we're gonna deny that loan.
You have no income over the last 5 years.
How can you have income if you don't exist?
Sarah.
Oh my god.
I've been gone.
Sure, but these days, with everyone just showing up, well, things tighten up.
Holy shit!
Is there any chance, and of course you could say no, that I could get a selfie with your arms out?
Are you serious?
I love that reaction from her.
I'm truly sorry.
It's weird how the blip seems to semi-reflect the pandemic of today.
Yeah,
now,
in a
isn't that
way.
weird?
Yeah. Oh. Put a hashtag in his
Should have had a
text.
piece.
In an insurrection.
Got face smashed by Flag Smashers.
Wait, you don't think you could be a...
Look, I'll circle back to you.
Oh my God, Sam. You better look at this.
What about all the people that saw him? Saw that dude with super strength do shit.
While we love heroes who put their lives on the line to defend Earth,
We also need a hero to defend this.
Oh crap, it's happening.
We need a real person who embodies America's.
No!
Join me in welcoming your new Captain America.
Oh!
No!
Wow, that really stings. Damn.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
It's not his either.
Oh, that really stings. You feel it. Just right here. Oh. That is messed up. Ooh, that like really hurt.
Absolutely.
You know, if you've been following the coverage of the show and the trailers and all, you're like, yeah, it's supposed to happen at some point. But the way it was executed and played out, like,
oh yeah,
you know, Sam was doing the right thing. He turned in the shield. He was feeling unworthy of it. But this is like messed up.
To turn around and give it out like
yeah, exactly.
Like
that was
such a slap.
The whole point was it belongs to Steve, you know?
Yeah. No, it just belongs to this other white bread.
It belongs to this other guy who can look like Captain America. Yeah. Doctor Strange and Mephisto.
Oh, they're both coming to episode 2. The multiverse is here.
Okay, ponytail done. Let's talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, there's this interesting tone that the show has that seems to be about self-worth.
Yeah,
like when we're watching it and you have Falcon, no, Sam, who's dealing with the emotions of Cap gave him the shield, and then to go off that ending of Endgame, it's like, oh damn, he gonna be the next Captain America. You know, so you think it's headed, and then here, yeah, Cap's gone, and how do you deal with the weight of that? How do you deal with the pressure? I mean, I don't blame the guy for feeling unworthy of that. It's like even with everything we've seen Sam have to do and go through in these movies, it's never been to the extent that Captain America has had to do all that craziness over the course of many decades and eras, you know. Beyond that, though, it's like just to live up to that image, that's rough, you know. So him feeling unworthy in that area, and then you got Bucky, who's just really struggling with a sense of identity, you know. Like Cap was the one guy, Steve Rogers, who he could lean on,
and the one remnant from his actual home, time, and place.
Yeah, Steve Rogers was the one guy he could count on. You know, they had this little detail here of Sam has been trying to get in touch with Bucky, you know, just I think to like reach out or connect to him. Like, I can't hold the responsibility of holding that shield, but I can hold on to the responsibility of looking after this.
Being your
this
best
guy.
friend.
Yeah, I'll try my best to be this guy's friend.
Both of us second bananas gotta come together, my friend. Why don't you text me back?
Well, they're both dealing with having to, like, the world has to deal with not having like Iron Man and Captain America, and then also dealing with the post-blip events. But mainly for these two, they have so much of being within Captain America's shadow to such a big degree, you know? I feel like by this point, Bucky would have been killed or been in jail if it wasn't for Captain America,
Absolutely,
right?
He would, or at best, he'd still be for Hydra or something, you know?
And the path that Sam has gone down is all inspired by Captain America. So for them, he was the main guy they looked up to. And now to have to be without him, and you're seeing the paths of what their personal lives are like, I find so interesting. It started off with this like really great action scene. Like that action scene is easily the best Falcon action, hands down, ever put on screen. Absolutely. Already the first 15 minutes of the show, best Falcon action we've ever gotten. It was really well choreographed and stylized, and this director, I know I mentioned the interview at the top of this video, but the truth is we're shooting this on a Thursday, and then we're interviewing her tomorrow.
Yes.
But the interview should be up before this video's up, so that's what's going on in real time for you guys, right?
Multiverse.
I think it's so great how her direction has such a great grip on not just the action scenes, but the pacing and capturing the perspectives of when you're cutting. Like, it's shot differently when you're with Bucky than when you are with Sam, especially when you look at like that therapy scene. You're capturing that all from the way how Bucky is experiencing this, but also she's got a great grip on the action, you know, like dealing with the POVs and talking about perspective, even with the action scenes. It, like, I love that going into the POVs throughout all of it. Like the pacing and the mood, the editing of all this is so well calculated. It feels more akin to Winter Soldier than any of the other Marvel movies, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to be Winter Soldier, you know?
Well, no, because I feel like if that was the case, it would be trying to crunch bones like every 5 minutes. Yeah, I thought this really did nicely to have the really awesome action, because too, the Winter Soldier flashback sequence was harrowing as well. But then to balance that out with these very intimate and contemplative tones, and I love like the contrast where, yeah, you look at that therapy scene, it's all close and gauzy, and then you look at like the exchange between Rhody and Sam, which is very wide, and you're sort of looking at them from afar through all these memories of someone that they both lost, but especially Sam lost and whatnot. And so in the visual language, like there's a whole lot of character being expressed along with all the really fun and easy to pick out stuff.
Yeah, I think it's all wonderfully on display, and I love that we're getting different layers to them. Like the trailers will pitch you on the action, the banter, the fun, right? The things you'd kind of expect of something that felt like a little bit more buddy cop. But this is like a deliberate, slow-paced drama. It wasn't intense necessarily this episode. It's all character setup. Like it's an exciting action scene at the top where you do get the return of Leaper. What's his name? Bartok? Batroc. He has a standout scene in Winter Soldier, one of the fights. And he ties into Thunder, like if I'm not remember, we learned not long ago
like
that
a member or something.
That character ties into Thunderbolts.
And with Zemo coming up, that makes all the more sense too.
We're not going to spend too much time theorizing on these videos, considering what happened to WandaVision.
Easter eggs.
Yeah,
Mephisto.
We'll cover those.
Mephisto.
We'll cover those videos. I'm just going to be here to review the episode now. You get this exciting action scene, but really, this is more on tune with like an AMC drama show or something. People say with WandaVision, like that's a slow burner. I'm like, no, it's not.
Not that slow.
That's not a slow burn. The slow burn is just waiting to find out what's going on. That's it.
Slow by comparison, maybe.
Yeah, but it's not a slow burner.
This is slower burning than
this
that.
is a slow burn. This right here is a slow burner.
They don't even meet up in this episode quite yet, which I also love, which, you know, I'm excited to now see when they finally get together and how they both pursue honoring the Cat Mantle, because, too, this sets up a great arc, I think, for Sam in terms of the real motivation to take the mantle, you know?
I loved all that personal character stuff we got with him. He is adored as being an Avenger, being a hero. Like, he's praised. And when he's with his, I think, Latino friend. I forget his name. It's Danny Ramirez?
Yeah, the actor.
When you're with him in that country, when they have that scene when he tells them about the Flag Smashers, even there he's receiving praise. Like, thank you for bringing back my wife to me, that one citizen there says. And then they go to get the loan. Even the bank guy is like, yo, you're a freaking Avenger. Can I take photos with you? And he's trying to, you know, play into it to try to help get the loan. But even then, I love the questions that it explores of how do you guys make money? And they don't make a joke out. Like, there's something that feels light and humor, a little humorous about it, but I don't feel like they're making fun of it in a way. They're actually addressing like a real concern of, yeah, you know, like he could still be broke. He could still have a hard time making ends meet. And he's talking about how it's all just a lot of goodwill. Like it really, they don't get paid to do this thing unless it is like certain government jobs or missions or something where he can earn a living, because he is, you know, he's part of the Air Force. Even with the clout there, and then you're getting the information about what it's like post-blip and how, oh yeah, since post-blip,
been overwhelmed.
So the laws on all this has to change, you know, like, oh, you don't have any income, but yeah, I've been dead for 5 years, you know, like that's so fascinating and feels like that's what the world would do, you know?
Oh yeah, man. Like the second, like the world readjusts to a smaller amount of people, and then from there it's like, well, I'm sorry if you're not like the perfect candidate, we're not gonna approve you.
Still, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I like going back to his family home life, you know, Wilson Family Seafood, how he wants to keep that intact, the relationship with his sister. He's going back to his roots, you know, in a way that we're still able to discover the backstory more of who Sam is, you know, like he joined the Air Force. He had a former partner named, I want to say Riley.
My wingman, Riley.
Who I'm wondering if we're going to get flashbacks with this Riley character after mentioning him in Winter Soldier. So we know some of the stuff, but getting to see his whole backstory here, or getting to dive into his family life in Louisiana, makes you just that much more connected to a character like this. And then meanwhile, in the big government world, they're abusing the whole Captain America image. And then with Bucky, you know, hero turned villain turned hero, and he has to deal with being like he's really trying. What I found interesting is he's really trying to just make it on his own and be a good guy.
And just actually have a sort of life, maybe.
He's not like really trying to be a good guy, but you know, like he's
at least trying to balance his own ledger at least.
He's making amends by still being a vigilante along the way.
He's doing it the best way he knows how.
Because yeah, that Notebook, I think I saw Zemo's name. I'm sure there's some like fun little nuggets and Easter eggs in that moment where you do see everything in that Notebook. But I love both of their performances. Like I feel more connected to them now than ever before. I've more been charmed by them, and I've cared about Bucky. But what I loved is that here Bucky had a lot of personality in Captain America: The First Avenger. Then he's like super duper stoic in Winter Soldier. And then in Civil War, you get some shades in certain moments of some of that nostalgic personality, but he, you know, given the situation, is more of a serious guy. And then here, you're like, okay, now he got another redefine of his personality. He's got some real charm. He's got the repressed, sarcastic asshole thing going on about it, you know?
Yeah.
But in a way, they're both putting on a front. You know, like Sam's having a really difficult time with the weight. With him talking about how, you know, I thought that the shield belongs to someone else, I realized that someone else is Captain America. At the same time, if you really had that much faith in Captain America, and Captain America chose you, and you are going against Captain America's wishes.
Paradox.
Have you heard of the Ship of Theseus?
Neither is the true successor. Both are the true successor. And then Bucky and Sam will both have a shield. And it'll be perfect. One will fly off. We won't know where he went. And there you go.
Just keep replacing it around the strap.
Yeah.
But for him to honor him that much, but at the end of the day, you're going against what his last wishes were of the last time you spoke with him, which is for you to have the responsibility. So in a way, you're going against Captain America. And
So it's your fault.
And I'm saying that, I imagine that probably weighs on him to a certain extent, of the fact that he's going against his final wishes. So that's what I mean. I think if you get all this rich character nuance just in a lot of more of the subtlety of their body language and facial expressions, there's a lot of great quiet moments here.
Yeah, absolutely, which is like the stuff that you don't get to have with these characters in the movies, which is what I've been loving the most about the shows, is that you can really then expound upon these people who we cared about mostly because of their relationship to Steve, and now we can care about them for their whole backstories and lives and whatnot, and that's, I think, the benefit of the TV show treatment.
Yeah, because you really get that, especially with the old Chinese guy, you know, like
Yori, I think.
I think you see it a lot with Anthony Mackie. But I think the camera lingers a little bit longer on Sebastian Stan when it comes to his scenes, just because of the nature of who his character is.
Yeah.
Whereas like Anthony Mackie, Sam like tends to be always super charming and super fun. Like
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, but when you see when he's not doing that, you can see a lot of more of that somber side in him. Whereas Bucky's kind of always got that going for him.
Yeah. It's like the veneer of Sam is the upbeat hero guy, and then the veneer of Bucky is just like calm and collected when really there's a storm underneath.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
You really get that sense of his performance. So I feel like they've already, in the first episode, have exceptionally elevated these characters.
Absolutely.
I already love them.
I know.
thought they were great. Yeah, I already thought they were cool characters.
And I love that we love them on their own.
Yeah.
Before they even
That's a good point.
team up.
That's a good point. That's a really awesome scene with him and Rhody as well, because I'm sure a lot of, maybe not to the same caliber, but I imagine there's a similar feeling of identity that Rhody probably has with Sam given this moment. We know they're going to eventually go down some big mission. It's going to be a cool spy movie over the course of this miniseries. But what I really liked is really settling into the fact that they're trying to have personal lives post-Blip. You know, like Bucky's trying to go out on dates, but he gets triggered way too easily. I love the scene with his therapist. I love the therapist portrayal because it's different. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
I don't imagine real therapists behave this way. I mean, maybe there are. Maybe that's just the approach and style she has chosen to take with someone like Bucky. Yeah. But I love that she's kind of like fed up with him already and is impatient with a guy who requires the most patience.
Yeah. Well, and even that just extra piece of context of her being like, look, I was in the military. I've seen at least shades of what you've seen. Like, even that added a little extra piece of flesh to the context that I feel like you might not have gotten before.
I mean, she's really blunt. What I love about that approach is I generally don't care for the way how therapists are portrayed in movies and shows. So tell me how you feel. Let me give you the most generic Google search device that the screenwriter looked up.
The impression of a therapist by someone who hasn't been to one.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that her character was really, really good. I'm looking forward to more scenes with them. And, you know, you got, like, of course, the cool plot setups, the flag smashers. I love that concept of, they'd like the Blip better, you know, unified without borders. Because there was that emphasis on borders in that first action scene, but that was mainly about, you cross that border, you're out of jurisdiction fiction kind of deal.
There's gonna be even more trouble now.
Yeah. But there's a very specific thing with the flag smashers of, wanting unity by thinking like flags, taking those down out of the equation helps unify the world instead of dividing us. They actually create a divide by doing this. But I don't know, it seems like there's some real evil shit they're up to as well.
Well, that's the thing is like, and I hope that becomes, an interesting nuanced storyline, because on the one hand, there are aspects of that ideology that are appealing.
Especially while living in the blip.
Yeah. And then to see it, although here go down in Switzerland, it looks like a pretty violent.
Yeah, we're robbing Bam.
Yeah. But unity, but also we're gonna rob money and we're gonna smash this guy's face. I'm gonna stomp on your head. As a peace liberation army, maybe not so peaceful, but I do hope that gets maybe a little more nuanced. But it's a great setup for the ideology of the show and the mantle of Captain America, who's tied to a boundary,
And I love that this world seems really imbued in a post-blip world. That just seems to be such a looming feeling throughout this from beginning to end.
They've done a good job of just making that part of the atmosphere for everything post.
In WandaVision, it's not really because WandaVision is so specific. It's Westview. You're in Wanda's mind and world specifically for most of it. Whereas here, you're really hopping around the world. Washington, Louisiana. It looks like New York, Switzerland. So you're hopping around. But no matter where you go, the blip has occurred, and now we're really dealing with more than just people are back, but also the negative consequences of what it's like to just try to adjust to this,
systems
and how the financial world treats you, and the abuse of power. I think the show's going to get pretty political with this commentary.
Well, absolutely. Because, too, even in that scene with them in the loan, I was sitting there going, well, yes, I understand that there are all these blip consequences and whatnot to keep in mind, but also, I wonder what this would have looked like if Bucky came in for a loan,
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like there is a lot of realism to peel back.
I also really love the performance of Sam's sister.
Yeah.
I thought she was great.
She had so much presence and just history in her performance. She's so great at pulling those exhausted, kind of throwing away a line but not kind of things.
Yeah, I love that nuanced layer of, for Sam, he was gone, but it felt like a few days had passed. But for her, you feel that weight of, she's had to deal with the loss of people for 5 years. And now that you're back, you gotta understand, I'm a different person.
Yeah, and I've been pulling this boat along with me for so long, I can't do it any longer.
I love that extra detail of psychology with these characters. The people who have to adjust to a new life after being gone, and the people who have to adjust to the fact that people are back. And after having dealt with such heavy loss and pain for 5 years, how do you just adjust? It's not returning to old, it's essentially a new reality at this point. People have talked about, it'd be cool to see a world with like a show that takes place within the blip, but I think exploring the emotions of what it's like for people is sufficient enough.
Yeah, I feel like kind of dealing with the aftermath of everyone getting back kind of makes it richer because you still have all the people who did survive dealing with that, but then you have the added complication of, everyone who's back and who's like, hey, it's great to be alive. Oh, things are in disrepair.
I love that detail of the flag smashers preferring the world when there was a blip. It actually makes it more personal now, automatically.
Are we going to try and re-blip the world? How are we going to proceed with this? How super and crazy in scope is their plan going to become?
They set them both up for great character arcs. Bucky's especially is a little bit more on the nose. This is because you get a therapy scene. You'd be more overt about it when you got a therapy scene.
Tell me the subtext.
It's a psychology scene. You're going to get more blunt stuff coming out. He's a guy who's very lonely, has to make amends with not just the people of his past, but with his own inner demons himself. Make amends with himself. Learn, like I said, this deals a lot with self-worth. But then I think the relationship that he will form with Sam will be more meaningful than just fun buddy cop. I think it's going to lead down something where it's very meaningful that they have this bond with each other.
Oh yeah, they're going to be tied together by the guiding principles of Steve that they both shared. The qualities that made them both right-hand men for him are probably going to kind of join them together.
Yeah. Some quick fun things. Seeing the Smithsonian, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great Easter eggs in there.
They got their money's worth at all those sets.
Captain America's presence is another thing that really looms over this show. These are very dark souls without Captain America around to help guide them, which I think is neat. Bucky date talks about tiger photos. what was up with the tigers and WandaVision, you know what I'm saying? Bucky recalls his siblings. Now, one of them's alive? There's like 48 of them, you said, right?
Yeah, maybe we'll get an episode where he goes and visits somebody in a rest
Gotta be at
home.
least one.
There's gotta be, yeah. I was trying to think. You know, there's still people hanging on. This is a few years in the future, though, so maybe they've all died off by now.
Yeah. I hope this Asian lady who Bucky went on a date with, he will get to have a good day with her one day. But I feel like it's all gonna end tragically, and he's gonna tell that guy what he did, and he won't forgive Bucky. Because sometimes you can't expect forgiveness from others, but you have to still learn to forgive yourself regardless.
That is a big lesson. I think Bucky's gonna struggle with that all season.
Yeah, I think I need to apply that lesson.
I do too. We all need to apply it.
No,
See,
you
it's
don't
good for
deserve
life.
forgiveness.
I don't. I know. I'm a
You
bad
deserve
guy.
to suffer.
I am I'm gonna go find some more suffering because this isn't enough.
Suffering is waiting for you, and you deserve it. Anyway, guys, hey, Falcon and Winter Soldier, what'd you think of this? Did you love it? Huh? Are you like, this is stupid, Marvel should release everything all at once? Didn't they learn their lesson from what happened with WandaVision? My mind went bananas trying to figure it out, and I blame Marvel for that.
They learned their lesson from when the anticipation cycle worked too well. Maybe they can knock that off so I can forget about this by the weekend.
Yeah, damn you. Characters
one action scene, that's it.
All right, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that notification bell, hit that like button. Last but not least, Niraj, I nominate you. I nominate you. If this Winter Soldier and this Falcon had to spread his wings across an adventure and we needed a third party to help us out, we're calling you, Niraj. You're the one who'd be like, man, it's boring on this road trip we gotta take or flight. What do we do? Niraj, play some tunes. Niraj would know what to do. Always sending over some poppet tunes. Or if we were like, wow, the Chitauri have invaded the East Coast again. Where do we go to learn our way around the city? Well, you know, those in the East Coast. Niraj.
He's our liaison to the East Coast. Or like, hey, what obscure movie reference did they drop in this one piece of witty banter? Niraj knows which movie reference they're making because he's seen every movie practically.
Who's making the witty banter?
No one yet in this episode. We would be making the witty banter.
So the idea is we're making the witty banter and Niraj has to tell us what the banter is from.
All right, Niraj, that one needs a second draft.
Thank you for being here, Niraj.